Hello everybody.
Hello.
Good morning. This is a fourth attempt. So we've been cut off and errored out the first 3 times. So we'll see how this goes. It's been cut off quite quickly, so we'll see. So this is day 22 of our Totally RAWsome vlog. We are the Wee Clan Torrance. I'm Carol and this is Bruce.
Hello.
Hello. We're 22 days into eating and juicing raw. This is day 3 of a juice cleanse. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit tired today, but we were out last night. That was our first night out.
Quite late. It was quite an energetic evening as well. We were at a talk for a shamanic training practice, basically, and there was quite a lot of experiential exercises in it. So quite a lot of energy, yeah.
Stuff. Lots of energy work last night.
And then got back late last night and kind of sat a wee while just to kind of settle back in again. Still went to bed a bit wired, but yes. Yes, but I would say a little bit tougher certainly to get up this morning. So that was
pull ourselves through our stretches, which was
lovely.
We did it. Meditation was nice again this morning. And yes, this is day 3 of juicing, so we've not eaten since Sunday.
The 4th time.
Yeah. So we're doing a lot of juicing this month, and I'm feeling so wonderful considering I know I'm tired. I know that I've not got as much energy as I would like, but then I've not had much juice today so far, and it's been. I've had a busy morning. We've not stopped yet. We've not stopped yet today, so yes, it winds down a bit after the live vlog. For me, at least. I don't know.
Oh, it kind of picks up for me.
I spend the afternoon then trying to get everything edited and uploaded and stuff. And, oops, sorry. So yeah, I'm looking forward to eating tomorrow. I think I'm not going. Oh, I can't wait to eat. It's just more. I think I'll eat because I'm back to juicing again. This time you were talking yesterday about the fact that it was really hard, and you were thinking this time about food on your first day at least. But this time round it's been back to normal for me again. So because the first time we came off the juice cleanse into eating food, I found it really tough for the first day. The second time I found it, I think, tougher. I think it lasted the whole time. And this time it's not even phasing me. I don't know, it's been different every experience.
Are you finding you're needing as much juice then at the moment, for example? It's kind of more water and it's just keeping hydrated. But
and as soon as I feel my energy dropping, I have juice.
I have a juice, yeah.
And it comes right back up again, and I'm off again. And
yeah.
Whereas I think for the whole juice cleanse at the beginning, I think because the juices tasted so nice, I think we're a bit wired because we're having so much. But it's you're going to go on a big juice cleanse. It's not a bad thing to me. That was lovely, but no, it's definitely stepped down each subsequent juice cleanse. I'm definitely having less, but as when needed. Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, no,
Can't speak highly enough of this month.
Felt very much the same way about the one 3-day period after the other, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of each week, and having juices. I think that again, the start of my month was kind of out of kilter with that because I went for the 11 days, then a couple of bowls of porridgey oatmeal, which I'm sure I've mentioned that every day for something like that because it's so tasty. We should really put a link to the Carson's channel that does that at some point. So if it's not done today, we'll try and remember to do it at another point. But no, that's fine. It's in Rovana, yes. Who has a video for banana and apple, cinnamon and date oatmeal. And it works really well. So it's very tasty, it's very refreshing and filling at the same time. Kind of keeps you, sustained for a good length of time. But yeah, it's last week I was surprised at how functional I was without having as much juice as I'd had in that kind of big first period of that was a full sort of 14 days really that I, outside of those 2 bowls of oatmeal, I was 14 days on juice. I think that's right, it's maybe 13. Maybe I'm giving myself a little bit too much. Yay for juicing. But we'll go for the sort of the 2-week mark. But last week, 3 days, and then this week, into the second, no, third of the 3 days. Yeah, my need for juice has been really reduced. Need to be hydrated has been sustained and high, but yeah, not feeling hungry, not feeling like I'm lacking, but knowing that feeling when it's like I need to top up. You get to me there's definitely a trigger inside.
It's not like hunger.
No, it's not. It is
energy.
To me, kind of, I feel it as it kind of comes from both sides. I either feel it in my head or in my body, and I get that point I kind of check in with the other one, and it will agree or disagree, and I respond to it. I mean, I've not bothered with juice, and I've also bothered with juice.
So are you checking, is it water or is it juice? What do we need?
Yeah.
Am I fogging up because it's lack of water, or am I lacking energy because I'm not getting any energy?
And I think because I used to drink so many other drinks outside of water, I was constantly kind of putting some sort of liquid into my mouth, so I never felt thirsty in my mouth. Whereas in this past 4 days, maybe, the number of times, and it's not huge, but the number of times that I've found myself like a really dry mouth. I mean, middle of the day, waking up through the night, really dry mouth, or in the morning, and I don't know if I don't know what it is. At night time, I usually assume it's to do with like snoring or, breathing with your mouth open, that type of thing while you sleep, and so the moisture kind of gets taken out. But during the middle of the day, but I also recognised, didn't so much yesterday and it hasn't so much today, but I recognised that, over those days that it was happening, I was dehydrated. You could see when I was peeing, I was dehydrated. So it was an indicator that I'm dehydrated. Whereas drinking lots of coffee keeps this area here nice, tea, coffee, other drinks and stuff, keeps this area here kind of nice and moist, but it dehydrates you because it flushes you out quickly. So you're dehydrated, but you don't feel thirsty. This way, I'm dehydrated and I'm feeling thirsty. And so recognizing that, so that, the two are kind of, there's a balance within that. I'm feeling it right, from the start of my GI right down to the bottom, basically, the very, the other end of it. So you don't feel anything like that then, so far as thirst or relative hydration? No.
No, I haven't noticed anything, but I'm only a water drinker, so for me it's water, and I'm drinking juice.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think I've ever drunk so much in my life. And yeah, I must be reasonably hydrated then.
Mm-hmm. No, that's quite possibly true. One thing I have noted, or two things, maybe three, but it was after I had a shower this morning and I brushed my teeth, and they look brighter. They don't look as stained as they did before. I was very conscious of the fact that my teeth were kind of looking stained, and coffee, again, tea, and all these foods that kind of stain. Whereas with the general health in my mouth, I was aware that there were problems starting to arise in my mouth. I was getting pain in my teeth and around the gum area and a specific part of the mouth at the beginning of the juice. We both had, mouth ulcer as well, and that was something that I was suffering from, if you recall, before, sort of May and June. I was getting like this real spate of, sort of ulcers around especially the lower gum. Since we had that at the beginning of the month, both of us, I think, had one. I don't know if it was in the same area. Mine was bottom right. Yeah, there we go. But
you didn't catch it. No, you didn't catch it with ulcer.
I don't know.
Since like my teenage years.
Yeah, and it was interesting that we both got one at the same time as well. And I don't, as far as I know, it's not something that's transmitted, but let us know. Yeah, haven't had anything like that in general. Kind of just mouth has been pretty good, and yeah, feeling a lot healthier. Yeah, the second thing was my eyes are looking actually sort of brighter. Maybe it's just more. Maybe there's just more life in them. Maybe maybe that is what it is. I'm not kind of got this sort of glazed fog, sort of running across the surface of my eyes, which actually
the chemicals are kind of
That's our daughter enjoying a Minecraft video with Stampy Longhead. Got a link into him as well. So hey.
I think you should watch him because he's very funny.
Okay. She's a huge
Watch him doing parkour. Yeah.
Watch somebody doing parkour in a computer game. That's living.
Bloody Minecraft style.
Cannot the guy is
Building blocks of life. I'm not unhappy with technology and stuff. We created it. Wonder where technology came from. It came from us.
yes, and
This is our dream.
all the things that we wanted when we were children. 50 years ago or whatever, and it's like, I wish I had something I could listen to and watch and take into nobody and blah. We have it. It's right there. We made it.
And they're using it. And don't fear it. Just embrace it because they'll turn it into something awesome.
Absolutely. We're going to take Minecraft and turn it into cool stuff. And yes, Stampy's not a particularly bad thing, so I think, yeah, doing very well for themselves. Good luck to the gang. As Gemma said the other day, she looks forward to showing her grandchildren Stampy videos.
This is what I did when I was your age.
And I was talking to her about the fact that, yes, is that what Stampy's going to be doing when he's got grandkids? It's like, yes, when I was younger, I was the fourth most popular person on YouTube, and his grandchildren are going to go, you what? What are you talking about, old fogey? So, yes, brighter eyes, bluer, they just, I don't know, it just seems to be the case. Otherwise, I've got just really good sort of colour levels on the computer as well that intensifies it more. And the other thing is body odour. It's like nothing. I mean, I've gone through, like, you know, sort of, especially the last week was when I became more observant of it. I stopped using deodorant. I'm still moving around. I mean, we're not hot, but there's been quite warm days. I've been in a car with maybe closed windows or just, you know, sort of the air on or something like that if I'm driving along the motorway. But it's still hot, and there's still kind of, I know what summers are like in the car, driving around all the time. I've been doing it for 5 years, and yeah, it's just not the same. I don't feel like I'm kind of
detoxing as much.
Yeah, and yeah, well, that's it. There's not as much crap trying to come out through my pores, and yeah, quite possibly. But even after jumping about sort of last night and dancing, doing sexy dance and doing lots of just jumping up and down and Kundalini shaking and this type of stuff, you know, it is pretty energetic, and I can feel the heat and the kind of the, you know, the beads of sweat and all that kind of stuff. I can feel it around my body, and yet, you know, sort of a closer inspection, there's really nothing there, and that's just quite unusual. But I guess, you know, I've been kind of sweating out again, dairy, coffee, sugars, wheats, and blah, 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 and all the little crappy bits that they put inside them to keep them preserved longer, whatever it happens to be. So I suppose, you know, I'm not flushing any of that stuff out anymore, and as you say, it's flushing out sort of as pee, and then yeah, there's maybe, yeah, it's just observational. It's not, you know, I don't know what it indicates or means. I reckon it goes on the basis that we're not dealing with.
If we don't log it, we won't remember it, and this is as much a log for us of what we're doing, because we're not journaling it anywhere else. No. So if you want to look back and see what we've done, it's here, and why not make it open for everybody so everybody can share the experience with us, because this is a very important thing, and I think a lot more people are going to be going through this experience, and everyone's unique. And so we are in central Scotland, we've got 2 kids, so how do you do, you know, a detox? Like, we're doing a rapid cleansing, super detox, where there's a meditation program, there's a stretching program. I've not managed to hold my evening space because I'm exhausted, and the kids are not getting to bed till about 9:30.
Yeah, summer holidays makes it a little bit more difficult, and lack of
support. So around here,
at that time,
I want to have a community. That's what I'm looking for.
And, you know, sort of more adults working together makes more space for more adults to be held as well, you know. So between the 2 of us, but I've primarily got sort of I leave the stretch in the morning, I leave the meditation, and then I go for a shower and get kids up, kind of sorting out the music stuff for the Dance 365, the 203 days of dancing so far. You can watch them all. Down there somewhere. I'll get used to this at some point. I see lots of people making videos and they go, check this out or do it, and we've just got a screen with us on it. There's no fancy writing it. So
I don't think we have it either. That'd be really magic. Look, I have one here.
I don't mean that. I mean editing it in and stuff like that. But live vlogs, you don't get to do that, I suppose. Yeah, I kind of lost the flow on that one. I was talking about 200. Oh yeah, so just holding that space, and then we do, you know, after that, it's getting the kids breakfast. Carol's getting the vlog set up, so and she does the insulin. I get the breakfast set up, and then we do this vlog, and then we wind into the day of entertaining children. You know, through the course of the day, and generally just managing that whole process. So yeah, by the time that sort of 8:30, 9:30 in the evening comes around, but if somebody were here to kind of, you know, lead us into, you know, kind of a space where we hold it in the morning, they can hold it more in the evening. I suppose that would start to come in, and not just one person, but yeah, the group of us working together. We're in central Scotland, but we're not in the most central location for, you know, sort of people to be around. And I don't think Bathgate is the most forward-thinking kind of community in that regard, but we could be surprised on that one. They have a takeaway place with a stone fire pizza. It's really nice. So
we have no, we have our esoteric shops,
yes,
and we also have
Grow Wild, which is an organic,
one of the biggest in Scotland, I believe.
Right.
And we also have
that's me told.
yes, we also have lots of therapies going on in Bathgate. People come and do things in Bathgate. So Bathgate's actually a pretty good wee town.
Maybe it's up and coming.
It's got lots of things going on. I don't think Bruce has been introduced yet. But I have it on my Facebook world.
I'm too much into Edinburgh, I suppose. That's where I spend most of my time. Bathgate's where I stay, and I don't suppose I really engage with that side of it too much, but that seems to also be changing as well.
Birthday presents, I think, over the past 3 years has been bought from Bathgate. every bit of incense, store-bought incense, not the stuff we're making ourselves. But
indeed.
Even some of that's come from Bathgate as well.
So there we go. So there we go. Bathgate is a thriving hub of new aginess.
Ability to hold us new agers.
It's getting
that's what you call us. I have no idea. We're just getting healthy. We're getting fit. We're getting raw. We're doing this vlog because we're raising the energy, and we're doing it in lots of different ways this year. So we're dancing every day. We're eating raw this month, and we don't know every month is going to be. So a few months left in this year, yes. So we'll take our knowledge from this month, and this is.
You might find in sorry.
It's been the most transformational month,
probably
of my life.
Absolutely, definitely of my life too. Without doubt.
I'm not a weight loss person. I've never been concerned about my weight. If anyone knows me, I've never on scales. I don't diet, but because we're using the Wee Fits to measure, because it has scales on it, I know I've lost a lot of stone so far since I've been doing this. And we didn't measure in the first week because we didn't think about it. And Bruce said a weekend, oh, maybe we should get the Wee Fit out. And so I've lost a stone since then.
Yeah, since
March.
Yeah.
So that's been 2 weeks or something. And I'm not trying, and I'm feeling wonderful. So that's interesting. I was expecting quite a big then I realised how much comfort eating I do this month.
Yeah, I've lost probably about 1.5 stones over the course of the time, and again, that is coming away from. It's not even comfort eating; it's patterned eating that I do. A large bowl of porridge at breakfast, same lunch of sort of carbiness and wheat and starch. And then probably snack in the afternoon, and then dinner, and then snack, and then supper, and it just as I kind of had this cycle set pattern of what I need to, it's close to bedtime, I need to eat. It's 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, I need to eat. It's lunchtime. Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't eat for the reasons you ate.
No. And I guess I was constantly thinking, I'm out at work and I need to eat my lunch, because that's what you do when you go out to work. Sort of in businesses all day, you have to stop for lunch, and it's healthy. Don't get me wrong; it is healthy to break for a lunch. It gives you a period of rest, and also gives you a period to nourish yourself. But then, look at what people are actually kind of feeding themselves with. Not all, but many. Comes in a packet. It's got some more ingredients that you cannot pronounce than ingredients that you can pronounce. You know, and it's just kind of things like that. So that's, you know, what I've come away from, and yeah, definitely the most transformational month in terms of how I view my nutrition and my requirements for, you know, for kind of being nutrified. I do repeat again, I think, as I did on or said on Monday or maybe yesterday morning, that, you know, coming away from eating into, you know, sort of the first day and day and a half maybe of juicing, it's pretty tough. Certainly the morning was like, oh, I'm so hungry, but it's your body just kind of going, sending that standard signal. But the mind, not the brain, but the mind within that kind of space is, I'm fine, it's all good, you're okay. But have a juice, you know, get some nutrients. You're not, you know, this isn't the feeling. And then by the end of the day, I just kind of felt empty, but not unsatisfied, just clear, I suppose, in that kind of emptiness, that it was clear. There was nothing kind of sitting or in the way. And I really like that feeling. It's a really nice feeling. And I think, you know, kind of turning 40, looking in the mirror and kind of seeing this, you know, kind of middle-aged punch type thing. That's one of the ways that it's described. Was very much there, to the point where my 7-year-old daughter would say, "You look like Grandpa." And I didn't, but that's good eating. Guys enjoy these, you know. I mean, I've watched my parents eat, you know, just beautiful and rich foods, and enjoy eating, and I enjoy eating. I mean, I really do. But I was becoming very conscious of the fact that at, you know, sort of late 30s into my early 40s, that was where I was heading. And whilst at some point in life that may or may not be inevitable, at this point in time, I kind of felt like I had an opportunity to change it. I did not expect, however, that it was going to be because I was juicing. I didn't, you know, at the start of this, there was no, I wasn't expecting to kind of be going through a physical transformation in that regard of, you know, kind of just weight kind of shedding away. And I've got to be quite careful, because I did the wee test thing, again, the body test yesterday, and I am below 12 stone now. I'm like 11 3/4 stone, which I think if I do some form of a quick calculation, what is stone? Is 16 pounds, isn't it?
Sorry?
Stone is 16 pounds, is it not?
In weight?
Yeah.
14?
Is it 14 pounds in a stone, 16 ounces in a pound?
Sounds right.
Who knows? Check it out. But yeah, definitely that, you know, there has been a big shift in weight, but I also feel better for it. Now I feel like, you know, whilst I don't want to be losing weight beyond this point, that's not the intention of this cleanse at all. It's a consequence or side effect of it, I suppose, on a juice intensive plan for over the course of this month. As I was saying yesterday, it's, you know, sort of 15 days, 20 days I'm doing out of possible 31 of totally juice. I don't think you can avoid losing weight. I don't think that's, you know, it's just
never
one of
occurred
those.
To me that would happen actually,
No.
because that wasn't my plan, but
No,
my
not
plan
at all.
was just to eat healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. Is to get rid of all junk and to, you know, to just nutrify with good stuff.
I've cut out mainly bread, cheese, eggs, and crisps and chocolate.
Yeah.
I've got raw chocolate in my diet this month, a small amount, but still I'm eating raw chocolates. Yes, you like crisps, don't you? But yes, so that's what I've mainly cut out. That's probably the standard. The rest of it has been pretty good. So that's what's made the difference, and that's unbelievable. And that's just cutting out those few things.
Absolutely. But I think, you know, where I am now, I kind of feel like I'm in a fantastic position to sort of take a positive step forward. So every kind of feeling of shame, body shame, guilt, anything like that that I've been experiencing up until this whole point in my life, for a short period in, what, about 2000 or something, I was working at the airport and I was doing baggage handling. So I was working on the ramps and I'm shifting, like, you know, 25 kilo bags of people going to New York to play golf with their mates for a week or whatever it happened to be. I was doing that for like 3-4 months solid. Again, early mornings and all this kind of stuff. And you know, that was probably, by the time that we got married in May, that was probably the best physical condition I'd been in my entire life, and since. And deep to you too. And yeah, really coming in, as I say, towards the 40s, where I just kind of like, you know, I was kind of starting to not be happy with things, and I think it was coming through just in my general expression, as that type of stuff does for all of us, in whatever capacity that happens to be. And yeah, now not so much. I'm feeling sort of in a good starting place to kind of take on my body and turn it, to sort of go through a reconstruction. You know what I mean? You got the scaffolding team in, you take away all the rubbishy stuff, and then you kind of, you know, give it a new face, clean out the inside, give it a bit of a paint, and you know, sort of wash it down nicely, all that kind of stuff, and really create that temple space for you to experience this wider external world in. So yes, so
I'm in agreement with you. I was the best health, probably best and worst.
Yeah.
Back when I was getting married, I was in ill health, but I was probably the lightest I've ever been. I lost weight for that wedding without trying either.
Yeah.
For that, but I'm not. Yes, it's been a progression since then. So basically, I'm 38 now, heading towards 39. Never been as fit and healthy in my life, and that makes me very, very happy. A lot to look forward to, because yes, I think there was a pattern going that I was going to follow, and it was going to be of ill health and getting worse. And if I kept eating the way I was eating, if I kept behaving in the same patterns, I was definitely going to go that way. But I've been changing my patterns for a few years, and this month is like a summation of everything that I've wanted to do for a long time, and I feel like I'm coming home. You know, this is what I want from my body. This is what I want from my life. I value my life way more than I ever have done before, and it's reflecting in how I'm feeling and how my body is feeling for me. So it's feeling strong. It's feeling healthy. It's so yay, everything. If you want to talk to us, just message us, and we can share everything. YouTube is one of the best platforms. I love YouTube. There's some amazing YouTubers out there doing their journeys. I'm very inspired by them. We've been posting links throughout these days of different people's channels, because they're people inspiring us, and we shall continue to promote everybody who is inspiring us. So that's wonderful.
And if you are looking for juicers and reviews on juicers, then if we're doing links, then
the one we have is wonderful.
Yeah, is it okay, Ro? Is that what he's?
Oh yes, he does his things. Yes.
Yeah, the guy out in America, he's just like all about the juicer, and there's a lot of listening to him.
He's not. He's about lots of different things.
Well, he's about lots of different things. He's a big raw fan as well. He's a massive juice fan. And he's, you know,
he does lots of reviews.
He does a lot of reviews. So if you want to kind of find out information and kind of shorter, you know, sort of blogs and such, yeah, we'll put a link into that as well. Oh, Carol put a link in, am I kidding? So that's kind of her domain in that regard. So let's be honest.
Yes. Well, you're holding a lot of space. I'm
yes.
doing this.
But,
all right, guys.
Let's go.
You're welcome to talk to us. That's all that was. All right, time to go. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And
Bye-bye.
we'll see you all tomorrow morning for meditation if you're joining Bruce, for dancing if you're dancing with us, and for our totally awesome vlog. See you all tomorrow.
You're awesome.
Tomorrow.
Bye.
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 That's fun.
That's fun.